Welcome to Skin Deep here on SiriusXM Radio, channel 141, HUR Voices. I'm your host, Sharrarne Morton. And listen, guys, guess what? I'm here with two castmates of my favorite show, produced by 50 Cent, Black Mafia Family, also known as BMF on the STARZ network. With me today is actor Miles Bullock, who plays Slick, and actor and rapper Lil Zane, who plays Saki on BMF. If you aren't watching this show, you must be under a rock somewhere because Lottie Dottie and everybody is watching. You know, it's inspired by the true story of two brothers, Demetrius Big Meech Flannery and Terry Southwest T. Flannery, who rose from the decaying streets of Detroit in the late 80s and gave birth to one of the most influential crime families in the country. And they did it, why, folks? Because they were impoverished. There were no opportunities for Black folks. You hear me? No level playing field, no living wage jobs, no access to the ever elusive American dream. And we're going to be talking to Miles Bullock and Lil Zane about the show, their roles, and the reasons why so many of our Black men have to resort to the streets in order to survive. So as I always say, we're going to be doing more than just scratching the surface here on Skin Deep. We're talking about our Black skin and our Black power. And by the way, if you want to reach out to me, email me at skindeepradioshow@gmail.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more information you just can't afford to miss here on Skin Deep. Welcome back to Skin Deep. As we mentioned before the break, I have Black Mafia Family actors Miles Bullock and actor and rapper Lil Zane on the show today. My favorite show, Black Mafia Family. Guys, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you for coming on SiriusXM Radio. How are you?
Thank you for having us. Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, and also, what an introduction. Your introduction, amazing, phenomenal.
Oh, so thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Listen, we're going to get right down into it. What'd you say? What'd you say?
I was going to say my partner was in the back and said, she has a nice voice.
Tell him I said thank you. It usually sounds even better. I have a cold, so it usually sounds better, but tell him I said thank you. Listen, guys, I'm so excited. As I was telling you before we got started, when Tasha told me you guys were going to do the show, I was sick. I was recuperating. Okay. And I was like, I'm going to be ready for this show. I was telling Miles before we got started, I said, Miles, I threw on some eyelashes and some weave and I'm here. Okay. So I'm happy to see you all.
That's what's up.
Listen,
thank you.
I'm upset that you all are not on the show anymore, that you got killed off. I'm too through with that. But before we get to that, let's talk about, the whole story of BMF. And, were you or were either of you familiar with the story? And did you have to, read about it, research it, get some inspiration in terms of, fleshing out the character that you played in the story? You, Miles, played Slick, and you, Zane, played Saki, right? So tell the folks, were you familiar with Black Mafia Family? Either one can start.
I wasn't too familiar. I was kind of just as familiar as the regular person was that listens to hip hop, and I heard Big Meech's name in every other hip hop song. So I knew that much. And luckily for me, I wasn't playing somebody that was actually a part of BMF, so it didn't require me to do too much digging on their own stories. But of course, I learned a lot just by being on set, being on the environment, listening to every table read, and the little bit of research I did do about them as a conglomerate, and it was pretty amazing. But I was able to kind of just pull from my own individual experiences, my own sense of humanity, the people that I've been raised around, or my character that really informed what I did on set. And but at the end of the day, like, I didn't know too much, but now I know everything. Now I know a little bit too damn much.
Right. And I think I got it wrong. Saki, you're still alive. You're still part of Meech's crew, right? I'm sorry about that, right?
Don't include him with me in the fishes. That man's still on there. He's still on there.
Hey, I can't help it. I chose the right side, man. You know,
Right, you chose the right part. Right, right.
City boys and nothing, man.
Good on you.
Nah,
good on
but
you.
yeah. I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
so Zane, tell us, did you know about the story, the BMF story, and did you have to pull from it to help, get into character, or what did you have to do to get into character?
Well, I knew a little bit about the BMF because I grew up in Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. I live in Atlanta right now. So, and around the same time that BMF was moving around in Atlanta and stuff like that, that's when I had, first started my career. So I would see them I was a lot younger, but I would see them out and hear about them. And, I've been to the crib a few times, you know what I'm saying? So I knew these guys personally too. So, not too personal, but just, as an artist, you rub shoulders with other artists, and they were definitely in the music industry and stuff like that. So, just rubbing shoulders and being in Atlanta, you would always run into them. So I was able to take like from what I used to see of them in the club and stuff like that, and I tried to, put it try to put it into my character of how, like, when you see us walking in the club, I used to imagine like how they would walk in the club and stuff like that. But when I actually got the script, I started learning more because I didn't know about their upbringing, like how they were as kids. I just saw, we just saw them as grown-ups in BMF. So as you got the script,
Right.
you got to learn more about their their background and how they grew up. So that was the new part for me. But it definitely helped me. The part I did know, seeing them in the club, it helped me to adjust my attitude and my walk, my talk, because I was able to pull from that. Yeah.
Right. So where do we meet each of you in the story? Like, where do each of you come in?
In the story, I guess is it first episode you come in, Slick? First episode. You come in first episode.
I'm in there first. I'm in like first 10
Yeah.
minutes.
I'm in first.
Me kind of, yeah, I'm talking mess
Right.
immediately. I'm talking immediately. The first thing I do is talk shit to these young men, and you kind of they kind of establish me as the one that's gonna be a little bit flipping at the mouth, the one that's gonna be a little bit hot headed, the one that's gonna be talking. So that's where I was. Wait, Zane, were you in the club?
I was in the club. I was in the club when we came in at the end, right? When we walked in the club first.
It was a group of y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, I came in. My character builds up. More. You see a little bit of Saki in the first episode, a little bit of Saki in the second one, third. So it builds up more and more for my character. But I was in the first episode, and my character was introduced in the first episode. So it was really, really dope. I forgot. I think the first time I'm introduced was at the park. I think we're at the park when Miss was in
the security guard.
Right.
Yeah. I forgot her name, but she's played by Miss Coco.
I forgot her name
Miss Coco. Yeah, she's played by Coco. But when she when the security guard of the park comes out and tells us that she knows what we're doing and we should be over here. So that's when my character is introduced. So it's pretty much in the beginning and all through the episode. Yeah, all through the season.
Yeah. Well, the show focuses on, the message family over everything, and we got to pursue this. This is the American dream, we're going to make it.
Yes.
How do you think, or why do you think that resonates with so many people? I think those messages are the reasons why so many people are tuning in, because still to this day, that was back in the 80s, still to this day, Black folks are still trying to go after the American dream. And we know the American dream wasn't meant for us to have, but I think that those messages, family over everything, which has always been the case in the African-American community, that resonates so much with, folks that watch the show. Why do you think that is?
Everybody's trying to make it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, people are trying to feed their families, and people are trying to provide for their families and put roofs over the heads of their children and put clothes on their children's backs and all that, and also, the sense of legacy and, building a legacy. and what that actually means, and how to do it. And I think now we're really in the age of entrepreneurship, and people are trying to find different ways to monetize themselves. And I feel like BMF and the story of BMF is an exact replica in the sense of what people are feeling like they have to do for themselves now, right? Not everybody's feeling like they want to work a 9 to 5 all the time. They want to kind of find ways how they can, pull money out of their humanity. And I think BMF is a of that, which is why people are so connected.
Right. Yeah. What were you going to say, Zane?
No, I feel the same way. I feel like when people watch the story, they get that family and that love vibe from BMF, because that's what these kids were about. They were about their family and their friends, and real loyal and being loyal and coming up together. And I think that's what everybody's trying to do now. Like, people are trying to link up, and you got this company linking with this company, this person linking with this person, and everybody's just trying to grow and trying to figure out a way to, to get it as entrepreneurs instead of working for somebody. So I think that resonates with the world when they watch it, because everybody's hustling in their own way or form of fashion right now. Like, especially 2021. Like, I was just watching Greg Street, the radio guy out here. He was just saying how, like, the Chick-fil-A's, everybody's like, the Burger King's got signs on the wall that say closed due to short employees, closed due to shoplifting. Like, nobody wants to work right now for anybody. Everybody wants to somehow, nobody's working. Everybody's trying to figure it out, a way outside of the system to make. Yeah. And that's what these guys are.
COVID definitely.
Money outside. They were trying to make money outside the system. Meech and them did not want to. Meech didn't want to work at Wendy's. He was like, hell no.
But he saw his parents struggling, working 2 and 3 jobs, and still they're hungry. You know what I'm saying? There weren't any opportunities, and still, there weren't any opportunities for Black folks and Black families. And he was like, why am I going to go? It is. It's going on right now. And COVID, COVID shone a light on what was really happening, and folks were like, wait a minute now, you're not going to keep paying me $8 an hour and treating me like a slave. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so now, all these, what'd you say, Miles?
Well, I was saying, people were figuring out that it's not always about working harder, it's about working smarter too. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, sometimes it's not work really hard in one direction, but that that direction might not be the direction that bears the fruit from your work. Whereas you work harder in this direction, that will cater to what you do, to, you know what I mean? So it's the mentality. The mentality's definitely changed.
Yeah. Right. Listen, guys, we got to get ready to go to commercial, but before we do, tell everybody where they can catch the show, what days, all of that. Where can they catch you? Where are you on social media as well?
My social media is Lil Zane World. Well, my social media is Lil Zane's World. That's you, man. Lil Zane's World, LilZanesWorld. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, IG most of the time, Snapchat, all that good stuff. And you could catch the show on STARZ, the STARZ app. If you got the STARZ app, download the STARZ app. You can catch it right now. Biggest show out on TV. I don't know why you don't have it right now. And I think STARZ got 6 months for $20 right now. Go download it.
I
know. You get a channel.
Miles, where can folks find you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram as Miles M.Bullock, MYLES M.Bullock. That's on Instagram. And then I'm on Twitter at It's Miles B, ITSMYLESBE. And then outside, you can find me at the crib, dog. I'm at the house. What's up?
Okay. All right,
he was so smooth with it too. He was so smooth with it.
Yeah, I like that. Listen, stay tuned right here on SiriusXM Radio, channel 141, HUR Voices. We got Black Mafia Family in the house. Okay, we'll be right back.
Free Big Meat.
And we're back here on Skin Deep with actors Miles Bullock and Lil Zane from the STARZ Network series Black Mafia Family. Guys, hey, thank you again for joining me here on SiriusXM Radio. How are you? I'm going to put on my glasses. Folks, they say they like me with my glasses. Okay.
Yeah.
You say so.
That's right. Yeah. Little ombre situation working on. half. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. I was the most popular teacher at my school, by the way, y'all. But we'll talk about that another time.
I can believe that. I would have
You
been in
can
the
believe
front
that.
like this. I'd have been in the front like this. Yes. Me.
Okay, listen, y'all. You all just told me something during the break that a huge part of the show was filmed in Atlanta. Just a short part or a small part was filmed in Detroit. Tell us about that. I mean, both of you all were in Atlanta. Lil Zane, you are from Atlanta, right? Or you live in Atlanta?
Yeah,
right.
I'm from Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta, and we shot about 95% of BMF in Atlanta.
Wow. Okay. So what
would you say about 95%?
I'll say about 95%. Like they just made sure to get like specific areas of Detroit, specific like landmarks, and like they shot a couple key scenes, like the porch scene, like right. They were actually at Big Meech's mom's house. Like they were on his old porch, and they shot that on the porch of his grandma's house. So like they did have things like little nuggets like that to make it real, and I think what gave it that authenticity that people thought it was filmed in Detroit. You know what I mean? But yeah, 95% of that joint was shot in Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah, and they also flew in cars. I didn't mean to cut you off. They flew in like cars, like flew in certain cars and certain billboards and certain trucks and like company trucks that only you would know would be in Detroit. They flew those type of cars in and turned like streets in Atlanta to like, if you drive down the street in Atlanta, it looked like you were in Detroit because of the certain cars that they flew in and the certain billboard signs they put in. So they were really unique and really smart about really detailed about putting little things like that in to keep the authenticity of it.
Yeah, it really looked authentic. I thought most of it was shot in Detroit. That's amazing. And you know what I really also like? The show itself, there's so many twists and turns and little details. Like I had to keep going back and like rewatching the show, rewatching some of the episodes. You all know what I'm talking about?
You got to keep
the writers. Hey, Zane, you can talk about it like Randy Huggins, right? Who was like, the head writer, but also showrunner and creator. He was on set and he would change stuff while we were doing it. You know what I mean? Like he might come stuff, try this thing. Or we're gonna do it like this. And so they were really involved with the story and every turn that it took, and they were really specific with how they kind of orchestrated the story. It was amazing.
Yeah, because I mean, I had missed like 2 or 3 episodes and I binged watched, and so many people I know binge watch, because, and then you have to go back again and look again and see, okay, well, how is that character related? Or what did that person say? Or why are we here? Why are we there? I mean, great, excellent writing. You all were fantastic actors. Tell me something. Do you think any of your characters were misunderstood? And can you relate to your characters in any kind of way? Like, I think Slick, your character was definitely misunderstood. But go ahead. You all tell me.
Answer that.
I think he's a little misunderstood.
Miles, not Slick. You Slick on the show.
Look, you played the part so well that I just keep calling you Slick, man. I call you Slick. Like Slick.
Zane hasn't called Miles in like 4 months, but it's I think Slick was a little bit misunderstood, mostly by Lamar, which is why he got his ass killed, which is a problem. But I think it was a lot of fun playing Slick. I had a lot of fun bringing that character to life and just like bringing as much of me to the character as I possibly could. I have a lot in common with him because I brought a lot of me to him, especially just the sense of kind of saying some funny stuff. I kind of been a funny guy my whole life, and I was always a fool since preschool, and so it was easy for me to kind of go out there and just open up that box and just let it all out. I never been stabbed up by nobody, so I don't relate in that way. But I never had a Jerry curl for real in my own life. But I had a Jerry curl for real when I was shooting that thing. So, but it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, did you all learn anything new about yourselves while playing these roles? Zane, did you learn anything new about yourself?
I did. Yeah, I did. I learned just in the audition from the beginning. I learned this was the first audition I think I actually did it. And oftentimes as an actor, you do these auditions and you dwell on them. You know, you dwell on them. You
Right.
sit back and you call in your agent every day. Did they call back? Did they call back? Did they call back? What they say? They you ain't hear nothing yet? This is one of them
Right.
auditions where I did it and let it go. I didn't think about it no more. I just did it. I
Yeah.
one took it.
Yeah.
You know, usually you do like 10 takes because now they have you self-taping because of the COVID and stuff. They're not doing a lot of in-person auditions. So when you self-taping, you get to cheat and put yourself, do it 10, 15 times. I didn't do that on this one. I just taped it one time and sent it in. And so
Oh, wow.
it taught me to stop second guessing myself. You get what I'm saying? So I
Right.
learned
Right.
anything I learned off the top, just do audition, let it go, don't second guess yourself, and you know, and whatever's for you is for you. So I definitely learned
That's
that
right.
off
That's
top.
right. Let go and let
Zane,
God.
you gotta take on the rule of 4, Zane. The rule of 4. Only 4 takes. The rule of 4 takes. I don't let myself. And once I get over 4 takes in audition, it's at that point it's a wash.
Downhill.
At that point, it's in your head. There's nothing new you can do. You think you just going and he's beating yourself up. So I try like to get it done. Just get it done. That's because you can get neurotic as an actor about your auditions.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about the. You notice what? What you notice, Zane?
I just said I know what exactly he was saying. I noticed once you do it after 4 or 5 times, it's really the same thing over and over. You just kind of confusing yourself at that point. So yeah, so I started doing 1 or 2 takes, and it's like, hey, because we want to be great anyway. So going into it, you know you're gonna try to do your best off top because you try to be great anyway in life. So you know when you're a person that tries to be great, you do it twice, and you're like, one of these got to be it. Because I know I put that energy into it. So you don't need to do it.
And
20
you all
times.
really did it. You all really, really did a great job. I was going to ask you about the casting process, you know, with COVID and all of that.
Wow.
Is it that you just did a couple of takes and sent it in, your self-tape and sent it in, and that was it? You waited? And then what about rehearsals and all of that? How did you handle rehearsal and COVID?
Well, I know that I know he and Zane's audition process was a little different. I know that Zane, he kind of knew about the show a little bit further ahead than I did. I didn't even I actually didn't audition for BMF. I auditioned for another show that 50 Cent was doing, that Tommy spinoff, Power, and I kind of I sent in an audition tape for that show, and then I got a call a week later that I had booked BMF. And I didn't even know the name of the character. I didn't know who the character was. I just knew that I was going to be in it for 6 episodes and filmed in Atlanta. And then, you know, I kind of got more understanding of the character after they sent me the episodes I was going to be in. But prior to that, I didn't even know that the BMF show was being made. So to get a call that you didn't audition for and that you didn't even know about. And I was just like, okay, well, that's cool. And then it ended up being this. And then it's been crazy.
Yeah, we only have we only have a couple of more minutes. What was the most rewarding thing about being on BMF, or what would you say has been the most rewarding thing besides all of this great attention that everybody loves the show?
I would say the most rewarding thing for me on being on the BMF is just to be accepted by my peers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to be playing a true story, a period piece at that. I never did a period piece before. So to do a period piece about some real guys' life that had real situations going on, and people to say that you're doing such a good job, and us to be considered for an Emmy right now, like that's the rewarding part of it. Just that, and hearing the family and seeing like Miss Flannery and Big Meech, all of them just really happy with us and what we're doing. Like, I think that's the most important and the most like rewarding part of it.
Yeah. What about for you, Miles?
I would have to say it's honestly the relationships for me, the people that I walked away with from the show, and the Tasha Smith, the Robbie Huggins, the Russell Hornsby, the Zanes, the Da Vinci's, the Meeches, the Miles Truitt, the Jason Jabbar. Like I could literally name so many people that I feel like I walked away from the show with, and that has been more rewarding than anything, because on the days where I might not feel like, sharp or something like that, I might talk to my boy Jason, and and we can kind of just bounce off each other or whatever it is. And my man Christian Robinson, like, or get a phone call from Tasha, and she tells you how great you are because she just fills into everybody. So, like, honestly, that is it for me. That is it for me. And I've done like 20 interviews with Zane, getting cool with Zane. You know what I mean? It's just people I kind of grew up on. I'm now sharing space. I'm sharing space with, and I couldn't ask for nothing better than that.
That's a blessing. And by the way, again, congratulations on the baby that will be here next month, right, Miles? You're going to be a father. That is a blessing.
Yeah. My little boy. Yeah.
Well, that's it for now, folks. I'm your host, Sharrarne Morton, with guest Black Mafia Family actors Miles Bullock and Lil Zane. Guys, where can people find you again on social media?
Miles M. Bullock on Instagram. That's me, baby.
And you can find me at Lil Zane's World on Instagram. Lil Zane's World.
Yeah. Okay. Well, folks, I hope you take that information we provided today and use it to grow your power. You can hear this show on SiriusXM Radio, channel 141 on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, as well as on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and all the streaming platforms. And hit me up at skindeepradioshow@gmail.com if you have a show idea, or check me out on @Sharrarne Morton on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks again for tuning in on all things that are skin deep.